No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I am here with FaZe Banks and Mike, who we were just debating what we should refer to Mike as, but we're going to go with Mike of Impulsive for this particular headline.
I lobbied for Mike to be Logan Paul's
Logan Paul's friend. I wanted my Instagram fucking handle,
YouTuber in the titles. He's a micro influencer.
I don't even deserve a title at this point.
A micro influencer.
300,000 on Instagram, dude.
Micro influencer.
300,000
So
solid.
hey, listen, he's videos and stuff though. Do you? Why am I low?
You're coming up. No, you're good.
Cool.
I just want to say, Mike, that you're a snake because
How did I know this was gonna start off bad?
Because the reason why we're all here today is because I said, hey, Mike, we should do a podcast, me, you, and Logan. And he said, well, Logan's brand friendly. Like, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but I'll come through with FaZe Banks. It's always been supposed to be like the FaZe family and then the Paul family is like different sides of the valley. They're at war. Like, apparently not anymore.
I don't know if you noticed this. Hold on a second. I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm squashing beef across all borders, bro. I don't like beef. I like collaboration. I like beef when it means something, bro. Their beef was miscommunication and bullshit, and FaZe, some of it was, and I'll let you go in a second, but FaZe is about the culture, bro. Yachty, Juju, all those people. When I want the culture to increase on the Maverick side or for Logan or Jake or whatever, it's not gonna be through like, yo, what's poppin', Logan? It's gonna be through working with the right fucking people. And I fuck with FaZe heavy, and so I was all about squashing that beef, and so I'm happy I did it.
That's good.
I don't know.
So my response would be, it wasn't all bullshit. It was real drama, you know? I don't participate in like the fake beef or like the YouTube, you know, we know what's real, what's not
Did you end
real.
up walking away from that situation feeling like Jake Paul was kind of misled by the intern girl who said that she saw you dragging a girl across Warwick or whatever the fuck it was? It was always hard for me to wrap my head around the idea that you would do that in public.
This is exact. Well, dude, if anyone that knows me and you specifically, I mean, we haven't really hung out a lot.
Decent amount lately.
A decent amount lately. Like
I thought you guys were besties.
I mean, we kind of are. It's just like
Working on a bestie thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, bestie in the making, I guess, maybe. But
we're just two East Coast dudes, two fucked up East Coast dudes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
FaZe Mike Paul.
FaZe.
It might happen, bro.
He wants to join FaZe bad.
And the Paul family.
No, I just want us all to gang. I just want us to gang, bro. Like I want us to be like a bunch of different sets just rolling together.
But the Warwick thing, that's a good question. A lot of people ask me that. This is just exactly what it is. Okay. Jake, at that point in time, I had said nothing. Okay. I was like, okay, whatever. This is my girl's ex-boyfriend, whatever. I don't care for the drama. I don't know the kid, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't make a difference to me. I fuck with the girl. Don't know the kid. Don't really care. I think that this girl went and said that some drama happened, and I think that he was really excited to shine light to it. And I think that part of it maybe made him jump on it a little too quick, not ask enough questions, and you know what I mean? I mean, to the extent of what he did, it's 100%, you know what I mean? It's on him, you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter if somebody, when you have a responsibility with that size of a fucking platform, and he like fucked that up, and he knows he fucked it up. He's apologized to me. We obviously, the shit with me and him, we really did squash the beef. There's no reason for me and him to be beefing. It's fucking stupid. And I'm one of those same people. I don't like to fucking argue or like have any bad energy with anyone. It's weird. I'm heavily like, I will live and breathe off of good energy. And anytime something's in there that doesn't feel right, it fucking throws my whole thing off. I haven't posted a YouTube video in a month because of the whole fucking Tifu.
Yeah, what's good with that? Because of the Tifu shit?
Yeah, dude, I'm not in the fucking mood. Like, I'm really not the guy who's gonna pick up a camera and be like,
but do you have to be like that? Because like,
no, I don't have to do shit. I really don't.
That's the problem. That's my issue with you, is that you don't have to do shit, and you don't seem to be putting that pressure on yourself to make YouTube videos, which I guess is good for your content, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying to know, like, oh, FaZe Banks has enough money that he doesn't have to give a shit about this.
It's not even necessarily the money. It's like I've decided and committed to the fact that like YouTube for me will always be fun. I really am one of those fucking kids who started doing this 10 years ago and spent way more money than I ever could have dreamed to make into making YouTube videos because I liked it and I saw it as like this new thing and it was fucking cool and I liked learning about it and I like posting and all that. It's always, for me, it's been a hobby. It's been fun. I love the fans. I love getting feedback. People love my fucking videos. I have a huge, like super hardcore fan base that really loves and looks forward to my shit.
And that's why you're annoying too, is because you disappear for a year and a half and then you come back and the views are stupid.
They're still there. They're just waiting.
The real ones,
they're waiting. They're supposed to fall off. Fusi comes back after 6 months. The shit is decimated. He's getting 10%.
People are like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm saying.
The real
FaZe Banks
ones,
comes back. It's all good.
The real ones know, though, that's how I operate. So it's like they're there and they're going to be there. And if they're not, then fucking so be it.
Do you feel like partly like, I feel like I'm on a podcast, like asking questions right now too.
No, it's good.
Do you feel ever like you feel forced to make content that you don't want to make anymore? Like imagine this.
No.
What if you didn't have to make vlog content and you could make shit like sit down, like fun conversations? Would you do that more? Like the shit I made last night where I just sat down, had a conversation with people and just fucked around, talked about shit like this. Would you do that? Would you do mom's basement type shit?
I could do that. But it's like the vlog stuff, really, I love that shit because like, dude, we live such a fucking crazy life. And I want to touch on this too. Part of the reason why I stay relevant is because of who I'm surrounded by. I've shoved myself right in the middle of a lot of really good people, really talented people that I enjoy. I'm going to talk about this with the Tfue thing too, but I spend so much time consuming content and watching people and fucking doing the YouTube thing. It's my whole life, right? If I come across somebody who I cannot stop watching, there's something there. You know what I mean? So the Nelk Boys are a good example.
Yeah.
I came across these kids fucking 2 years ago and they were getting a couple, you know what I mean? They were doing all right. They were getting a couple 100,000 views, whatever, but I fucking loved them. And I think like Adapt or something put me onto them and I was just like, they were in LA and I was like, yo, come through. And then we fell out of touch for a little while. They stopped making videos and then they came to LA. They're like, yeah, we're thinking about moving to LA, yada, yada, yada. I was like, dude, fucking move in the house.
Best thing they ever did.
Rice Gum's another one. Dude, Rice is one of the fucking smartest kids I've ever met. And people are probably laughing right now. He's one of the smartest kids I've ever met. He's totally different off videos. Yeah. And he knows that. There's a Rice Gum and then there's a fucking Brian Lee.
I realized that from watching his vlogs that it's like, oh, this dude that people talk about him like he's just this annoying ass meme. And this is years ago. But I was like, oh, like he's actually like, I like his vlogs a lot when he was still just doing his vlogs because he was so sarcastic and funny, and it was just like he was kind of taking the piss out of the kids that were watching his
trolls,
shit.
dude. Like he was one of my favorite impulsive podcasts so far.
Really?
Like he just comes on and comes on and clowns everybody. He doesn't give a fuck about anything, dude. He just says whatever he wants.
The biggest troll of all.
Like he goes, I remember that whole like gambling shit that happened with him, and like
the way
everybody
he responded to that is just...
bro. Everybody else was like Jake got rolled into it too, right, on the gambling shit, and everybody else was like, yo, calling their PR teams, like all this shit. So we asked Rice about it. We're like, yo, what's good with the whole gambling thing? He's like, I don't know. I mean, I got that bag, so I don't really give a. I'm like, yo, he just doesn't care about shit, bro.
He kind of gets it because a lot of times, you know, when you're in that situation, like you have to go through a lot of those situations. But when Rice was getting destroyed for having done some questionably unethical ads on his YouTube channel, I mean, if you're new to the game, you would think that it was all over after that. But we have the experience of being able to see that you could have the most cataclysmic accusations, the craziest shit, and it all just kind of fades away.
There's a few people who are sort of like invincible. They don't have the same rules that apply to them.
Right.
Keemstar is one of those people.
Because
Nelk Boys feel like they
could
are
be
too.
Dude, they are.
You want to know the other thing about
what
people
the fuck
like
did you say? Like they're these kids. The Nelk Boys are fucking just doing them, right? They're having fun and they don't give a. They make no money on YouTube because they get fucked by the whole CPM thing. They still pull in crazy views because they have a crazy fan base and they're just organic.
The word is unapologetic.
Yeah.
Like you'll notice the people that get away with shit are the people that you'll never see apologize. And I don't know if it's like what came first, chicken or the egg type shit. Like, are they able to do shit because they don't apologize, or do they not apologize because they know they'll get away with shit? But like, certain people just never like. Have you ever seen Rice apologize for fucking anything, bro?
He doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't.
Nelk Boys haven't apologized for shit either. And it's only like when you look at my camp, when you look at Logan, we look back at that whole thing and like we think to ourselves like sometimes like, yo, what if there was no apology? What if there was no apology? And that was a much bigger thing. I understand all that, but it's like sometimes that apology gives people the ground to really start pushing and to get that cancel culture to come after you. You know what I'm saying?
What it boils down to, it's as simple as this. People really appreciate just realness and authenticity.
Yeah, and that's the people who get canceled are the people who there's an expose that makes you feel like, oh, I thought I knew you and now I don't. Like that's why James Charles lost all the subscribers, is because at first, and I don't think it really lasted, but at first all of his fans were like, oh my God, like you're not the person that we thought you were. And he had that super clean cut, not clean cut, obviously he's doing whatever he's doing, but you know, he had a pretty clean image. And then this Tati girl convinced everybody that he actually was the opposite it was. And yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt like a fucking coward because I'm sitting in my hotel room during Rolling Loud or whatever, talking to my girlfriend about that situation, saying, James is fucking innocent here. He didn't do shit. And the stuff that he's being accused of is not really that big a deal.
Really?
And it doesn't seem like there's any fucking evidence, but I didn't have the heart to make a video saying that.
Like defending him.
I made a video.
Yeah, man, PewDiePie was the first person I saw to come out and say, basically just to laugh at the whole thing. And when that happened, I was like, damn, he's brave for doing that. And then that's exactly how it played out. And I was like, I'm a pussy because I could have made that exact video saying the exact thing and I would have believed it 100%, but I was too scared to be the first one through the wall.
To clarify, I made my shit after people started kind of realizing what was going on. But I have a fucking, it's a little bit weird, right? Like me and James Charles are homies. We are. I have a whole fucking crazy thread with him like, yo, get the fuck off your ass. That response you made, that like PR fucking approach that you made was horrible.
What was it, the first one or the first one?
His response to it initially was fucking awful.
That was not good.
I said, you need to get on camera. You need to not say sorry. This is one of those situations where you need to fucking be like, yo, time the fuck out. First of all, the whole thing with the fucking straight dude, gay dude thing, if you're kissing a guy, you're maybe a little bit gay.
That was the worst part about it, is that it was made out like he was pressuring this dude to be gay, and then you find out that the guy is gay.
It was totally just not. It's so. And then this whole thing with Tati and James was just about vitamins. She was butthurt.
Yo,
like that was the thing that fucked me up. Do we know still? Like, does anybody know how much money that bitch made?
Oh my God! But why is she making vitamins in the first place? Like, what do you know about vitamins? Why are we supposed to feel bad about you? Like, that's like tomorrow I could.
Like it was her life's work.
Tomorrow,
she's been working on this formula for fucking her entire
tomorrow
life.
you could start FaZe protein powder and fucking kill it, and you know it. The FaZe protein powder would do pretty good.
Why though? Because it's not your brand.
But then Mike starts making his own protein powder, and you're gonna be like, "How dare you?" When I made protein powder, it's like none of you had any business making protein powder the same way that none of these bitches have vitamins.
Dude, it's
bro. Do you know how many people went to Coachella off Sugar Bear hair? And I'm like, yo, every fucking influencer girl was there off Sugar Bear hair. Like, I get it, like he's friends with the girl, but the whole, like, having to talk about that whole incident on Impulsive and talking about a lot of the YouTube beef that happens, yo, it strains me. Like, a lot of this shit, like, the Tfue shit was different because that was, like, your homie. It was a contract thing. Like, it was real, like, the real shit. But to watch, like, Tati go at him over some dumb shit, it's really fucking hard for me to even talk about that.
And to spell it, to play it out as if she was being this hero, as if she was doing something right. It's like, no, you made a YouTube video talking shit about somebody who was supposed to be your friend. You're a piece of shit. And everybody knows it now.
And it's very convenient that you knew about all this shit for years, and the second he promoted another like, the thing about the YouTube beef shit is, I really feel like I have the absolute just right fucking
lens.
I feel like I get it. Every time I feel like I know what's going on, it's so clear to me what's going on. I feel like I always pick the right side, and I can't believe how split shit is sometimes. Like that's what bothers. That's what strains me.
Yeah,
it's when public opinion starts shifting to like the side that should not be winning. It bothers me, and that's when I feel like I need to hop the fuck in. That's why I was like, yo, James, fucking yada yada yada.
It's just, I think,
dude, she needs to fucking tell people how much they made. That bitch made 12.
I saw you tweeting about that. You were so mad. You were like, she should have to give all the money back.
She should give it to Sedan.
Because ready, that was her thing, right? It wasn't about vitamins. So, all right, bitch, if it wasn't about vitamins, then fully disclose how much money you made in the week after that video came out and donate it to fucking charity, some cyberbullying shit. If you're so fucking
Yo, but can I ask you a question?
What?
I heard, so I don't know James Charles. Like, I don't know him.
Dude,
I've seen him, hold on a sec. I've seen him around, but I've also heard like some grimy shit about him. Like, is he like a great person? Like, is he like...
Bro, to be real, I've had a few interactions with him, not enough to fully know if he's a good person or not. Yeah. But he's been nothing but nice to me. He was dude. My first video back, I did this whole like skit of like I like fucking ripped off a Mr. Beast video. Me and the Nelk boys went and drew like chalk circles around people in the street and said like last one to leave wins whatever.
I remember that shit.
And then we did some skit with fucking Tfue. I played Fortnite or whatever. And then I hit him up like day of. I'm like, yo, will you do my fucking makeup for a video I want to do?
I remember that. I remember that too.
Yeah, fucking come through, whatever. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everything I've seen of James is that, you know, maybe when I read some of those text messages, I'm like, he might have got a little bit of a big head at some point just because he blew up so fast. He's 19. He's like a 19-year-old virgin getting accused of being a fucking predator.
That was so ridiculous.
Dude, we all joke about things that if there was a camera on us at that moment in time, everyone would fucking hate us. That's the reality. I've said things probably in the last 24 hours that if you guys heard, you'd fucking cancel me.
100%.
And it's a joke, and it's between friends, and when these kids do, oh, I'm fucking famous, you know what I mean? Like whatever, like it's a fucking like.
Yeah.
Context is so important.
We had a beef fire up recently at Logan's party. With fucking Dobrik and Jeff. You know the dude Jeff Whittick? Do you know who that is? He's a part of Dobrik's crew.
Yeah. They had a beef?
They rolled up to the party, and at some point in the party, they went over to the Impulsive Podcast room. They went on the set. Nobody knew they were in there. And I guess Jeff had made like a joke that wasn't about the Suicide Forest, and it got posted online, and maybe David did make one about the Suicide Forest. We caught it on like our Nest cameras, right?
Right.
And so Logan called him out on the podcast, and so when Jeff saw that, he's hitting me up. He's like, yo, we need to get on the fucking phone. And so this dude Jeff is like kind of about it, bro. Like he's been to prison, right? Do you know this kid who I'm talking about?
Dude, the dude who did the thing with the Cody Co.
Right, with the haircut.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like been to prison and shit. And so like normally when there's YouTube beef, it's YouTube beef.
Right.
This was the first time ever where I was like, yo, this is escalating. And so we come back from this trip. We were in Cleveland. We come back, and on his podcast, he had made a statement that was like, yo, if something happens to Logan Paul and his crew, I just want people to know that it wasn't me.
Wow.
And when that kind of shit gets said, like I think it brings me back, and I think to myself like, yo, that's a threat.
Right. And
so we hit him up, and he was just like, all of this is kind of taken out of context. And Logan had made a statement that was like, yo, if we're gonna go there, what's good? And he was like, that's not gonna be good for either of us. You know what I'm saying? And so like it was so funny to see like YouTube beef, which is such bitch ass shit normally, start to elevate.
Right.
And it got shut down, and we mended it.
I think about that all the time, how there'll be rappers who are like just as famous as YouTubers, but the YouTubers walk around like it's all good because like the worst thing that could potentially happen to them is that they have to take too many photos or something. But then the rappers sometimes are like,
get robbed.
They got friends with guns, they got security, 100%. They got whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like I was just waiting to see like how that all panned out, but like it's always weird when someone on the opposite side is like about it too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been there.
Definitely. So. Let me just say something real quick. No Jumper, this Friday, we got a meet and greet in Chicago. We got a whole pop-up shop. All the information is on the No Jumper Instagram. So we'll be out there during the, and you'll be out there too.
I don't want to 100% say for sure that I'm going to be at the pop-up, but I do want to go.
Okay.
If we have a commitment,
we will all be in Chicago.
I wish fucking Todd was here, but.
We are going to hang out in Chicago. It's going down. And then also in London right after that. Anybody out here who is even anywhere close to London, come on out to our shows that we're doing. It's also on the No Jumper Instagram and Twitter.
Going, yeah. Chicago's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we got Chicago and London on the chopping block. I'm leaving for 2 weeks.
Just you or your squad?
Yeah, me and a couple members of the squad and my girl. Yeah.
Cool.